Oh, cracking morning. Bore da. Good morning. So yeah, a couple of comments saying I haven't done a carers vlog for quite some time, which I haven't actually. So here I am, a carers vlog. I'm heading uptown to Boots, the chemist, to pick up the prescription. So hence the carers vlog. So a bit of a natter and on the way. It's a lovely morning. It's a slight frost, but not too bad. So yeah, onwards and upwards, literally, because it's at the top of town. I used to get it from Roland's, but oh, they were slow, and so I swapped to Boots now. Sometimes they're just as bad, but I give them a good week. So, you know, get the prescription ready, you phone it through to the doctor, and then it goes straight through from the doctors to Boots. So it's right at the top of town, so lovely morning for a carers vlog and a natter and a walk. Oh, the sun is bright. Just to my left. Oh, it's gone behind the... Yeah, Abbey Terrace, a bit of a clue. Just down there is the Abbey, which is haunted. Just thought I'd mention that, right down the far end there. So yeah, this is the bottom of town, Townsend as it's called. And they've finished, there's a lot of road works here, but they've all finished, all temporary traffic lights and stuff, but they've all gone. Heading up Vale Street, the busiest street in Denbigh, and I've said it before, there's no other street like it in Denbigh, with the biggest buildings, and there's no other street like it. It's Vale Street, the busiest street in Denbigh. And this is what's left of the railway station, well, the railway bridge. The railway station's just what, a couple hundred yards down that way, but that's all that's left. The abutment and the toilets were here. There's like a placard, and it was about 2 feet or 3 feet, and you used to go behind it and you used to pee against the abutment there, literally, and it used to run down a little gully and down a drain, and it used to absolutely stink of stale pee. That was where the toilets were. But that's all that's left of the bridge. I remember the bridge. I don't remember the trains running, I wasn't old enough. But I remember the bridges, and I remember the track down by, well, I remember the track here, I remember the bridge getting dismantled as well. But we used to go up and play on the railway line, but it was safe because there was no trains running. So yeah, anyway, onwards and upwards. And here on the corner there was a little stall, used to sell fish and chips and pies and stuff. I don't remember that, I'm not that old, but that's where it used to be, on the corner there. A little stall where you get fish and chips and stuff. That's when the trains were running. And Lidl's there. That's where the biscuit factory was called. And when they were demolishing it, there was asbestos on the roof, and they had to evacuate, you know, so many, probably a few hundred yards circumference around it for safety reasons, because there was the asbestos roof on it and stuff. And when one of my builders merchants, I've talked about this before, when it was Gateway originally, before it came Lidl's, I supplied nearly everything when they were building that place, or, you know, redeveloping it. The only thing I didn't supply is the bricks. So anyway, onwards and upwards. And as I said, the higher you get, the bigger the buildings. There's no other street like it in Denbigh. Vale Street. Oh, yeah, Christmas come early here. Got a Christmas tree and some Christmas lights. It's not even December yet. So yeah, and the house there, the red brick house, a Getley, the first brick built building in Wales. I can't remember off the top of my head when it dates back to, but it's that one there, a Getley, next to what was the old Tyclwyd, which they're over the road now, but the group Cynefin now. It used to be called Tyclwyd, a housing association, but that's a Getley there. First brick built building in Wales. This well, Tyclwyd, but it's group Cynefin now, housing. So yeah, as you can see, higher you get, the bigger the buildings. And on my left, the old police station. What was the old police station, with the bars on the windows there at the back there. That's where the cells were. Not that I was ever put in the cells. This is what was the old police station, don't know what it is now. Next door, it's Mostyn House, which is haunted. Well, the ghost of an old woman captured on camera. So if you're ever passing, right at the top, on the very extreme right corner there, up in there, that window, there's a photo that John Franklin took. He redeveloped it. He was in that bus shelter there, and he took a photo, and he is 1,000,000%. He swears there was no one in that building when he took that photo, and when he looked back at it, there was that you can see there's a little old figure of an old woman peering out. And he had a hell of a shock when he saw it himself, so he passed it on to me, and I've done a little video of it. So every time I pass now, I look up to see if that old woman's looking out. Very, very eerie. And just on my left is Bethlan Surgeries, my doctors. It was originally here, but that's flats now, but we built surgery down there. My surgery, my doctors, and that's the old Nat West, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, it was the Leopard Inn. It was an inn originally, but it's been for sale for years. It's been reduced and that, and it's still empty. So anyway, almost at the top of Vale Street. And there, what was the old Midland Bank, and then it was HSBC, but it was the Midland on the days of the Wells Fargo, the mental, the wages for the mental. That's where we used to collect it from. Used to come out with two like bags or briefcases chained to their wrists, full of cash. Because in them days there's no bank transfer, was there? Sometimes I used to go, you know, for a ride in the taxi, go up this way to be quieter in it. So you can imagine in them days, mid-60s, all the cash to pay all the staff and the doctors, and all cash. What that would be worth today. Every month, bags full of money. And they used to just phone up and say Wells Fargo, and we knew that the money was ready. And call there, they used to come out, two of them, with these suitcases, you know, briefcases full of money. And then we used to drop them off at the mental, and then they'd sort out all the wages. Couple of hours they'd be there, and then they'd phone back and they'd say we're ready. Oh, they're putting up the Christmas lights here. And here's the library. What was an old market there, used to sell clothing and stuff. So there's the Henry Morton Stanley, Dr. Livingstone, I presume. There's the Angel, or the War Memorial. The original position was there, and I remember them moving it. They had a big crane, and they dug it out, lifted it up, and moved it across. Don't know why they moved it really, just probably to let the cars through and stuff. Anyway, Boots the chemist is just here, so hopefully it'll be ready. And here, the Royals, that was the fresh food centre. It was veg on one side and meat and butchers on the other side. Get some funny looks to this day. Yeah, that was the fresh food centre, and it was always getting closed down. Health and safety would go there and because it wasn't a very clean place. There was none of these 5-star ratings and stuff in them days. And it was, ironically, it was called the Fresh Food Centre. So anyway, his boots here, so see if the prescription's ready. So, one prescription already. Give them a good few days, well, a good 6-7 days, and guarantee it'll be ready. It's nothing worse than walking all the way uptown and it's not ready. Just before the clip, just before well, just after I think I switched the camera off, the lad was going past in the car and he was hanging out the window and he shouted something I can't repeat. So yeah, it's all good fun, isn't it? And here's the Guildhall Tavern, which was originally the Bull Hotel. And I was friendly with the son, Jeremy his name was. So knock about his kids, well there's a gang of us. As it was the Bull Hotel, and there's the well inside there. One of the entrances to this so-called tunnel from the Abbey up to the castle, or from the castle up to the Abbey, whichever way you want to go. Look at that, parking on the pavement and on double yellow lines. I don't know. So anyway, I'll head down Park Street, I think, a bit quieter. But yeah, that's where we used to have a den, sort of a den up there through that door there. And you couldn't use the upper floor because it was like tissue paper, it was rotten. But if you did have to get across, you know, you'd walk across a beam when you'd got a bit of strength, but the actual flooring, you'd just fall through it. So anyway, onwards and downwards. Right, I won't carry on down Park Street, I'll turn off this way. It's even quieter. There's cars parked here, I don't know. It's, what do they call it? Flash park or something. Yeah, flash park. Controlled parking. Get fined if you... Well, it's to do with, well, it's Middleton College. But, how much is it? 100 quid. You get charged if you're parking there and you're not, you know, you go into Middleton parking charge notice, 100 quid. So and just up there, turn right, bear left, you come to the Goblin Tower, which is haunted, by the way. I almost forgot to mention it. And the glass on the top of there. Stop you climbing over. If you did that now, if you climbed over that and you cut yourself, you'd probably sue them, wouldn't you? Mad world. Oh, the road down to the bowling green looks like it's still closed. Signs are, so we'll have to turn back onto Park Street again. Anyway, I'll have a look when I'm a bit further down. St David's Church here, where they repaired the roof. It was for years, there was holes, the slates had gone and there was holes in the roof, and you could see the pigeons coming in and out, so must have been one hell of a mess inside there. So yeah, and the actual tower, or clock tower, or bell tower, there's no clock on it. That bell tower, that's the only original part that was knocked down and rebuilt. Oh yeah, it's all closed off. So we'll have to head off back onto Park Street. So yeah, it must have been a hell of a mess inside, but they're doing a good job of it. There's no holes in it now. Imagine all the pigeon crap inside it. Yeah, so yeah, and with regards to yapping to a camera, I still get funny looks. Strange, isn't it? People, well, they turn around and they think, what the hell's he doing? I'm only talking to a camera. A lot of people can't do it. You see someone looking at them and they go to pieces. You get used to it. Give them something to look at, don't you? Anyway, I head back onto Park Street now, so much for plan A, I'm on plan B now. And just behind me there, that was the Park Street Railway Bridge was there, which I don't remember that. That was before my childhood days, but there was a bridge there. And there, that's Denbigh Infirmary, or Community Hospital. It's still called Denbigh Infirmary. That's what I was brought into the world. That's what I was born. Denbigh Infirmary. The flag outside the pig is bent. It's bent right over. Anyway, this is Rithin Road, just joining Rithin Road now. Bottom of town again. And Domino's, right ahead there, that was where the Denbigh Dairies was. It's where all the milk floats used to park them up, the electric milk floats. And I've got a video, I got a few videos of that before it was demolished to make way for the retail park. There's an old building there, there's a bit of a yard there, it was the Denbigh Dairies. You go there in the evening and it'd be full of milk floats, all packed up ready for the next morning. So yeah, Denbigh Dairy. And just there, the little porch sticking out, that was the old South Sea. Get across the road, show you a bit closer. The old South Sea pub, but I never went in there because I wasn't old enough then. And it closed just before I turned 18, but it was there. Used to go in through there, and apparently inside, well, not apparently, it was the smallest pub in Denbigh. Had a little tiny bar, and you'd probably get half a dozen people, it'd be full. So that, well, like I say, that was what was the South Sea. And that was Burgess, originally as a filling station, garage, and used to have the pumps outside here. But it was Burgess. Get anything, Burgess. Used to sell everything. And here the Vron shop, which is well, it was Simply Fish, it's Simply Food now. It was Danny's. It was called Vron shop. Danny Matthews used to run it. It was Vron shop, like a little convenience store, and Danny, like character, and his brother Jimmy Matthews, like characters. Just heading onto the park now. Here, that building there, that's an Italian restaurant, Conamici. Originally it was a farmhouse, Alla Voglia farm, and when they demolished it, this is going back in the day, the surrounding area and houses got infested with rats because the barns and the outbuildings and that were full of rats. So when they started demolishing it, all the rats scattered. So that's it, and there's a traffic cone up a tree there. Don't know how the hell that's got there. So anyway, that'll do me. So as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again.